Hello everyone, it's Afro-Sam here, and today we're looking at Call of Duty, which is a bit of a change from the regular stuff I cover on the channel, but we're going to be looking at it because it's piqued my interest, to be honest with you. The original trailer for Call of Duty Modern Warfare came out a few months ago, and that caught my interest because, you know, it seemed to be going back to the previous style of Call of Duty games, which I played when I was a teenager. But the most recent gameplay trailer that's come out has also really piqued my interest because I watched it today and it seems to be a lot more sort of slow and methodical, and there's a lot more to the combat than there has been in other previous Call of Duty games. So I'm going to sort of go through the trailer now, do a bit of an analysis, point out a few things that I noticed. If you do enjoy this video, please do leave a like, subscribe. I may end up doing more content on this game when it comes out if it is something that I really enjoy playing, but I guess we'll have to wait and see whether it's any good and whether or not they ruin the game with mountains of DLC like they always seem to do. They can't stop themselves, can they? They really can't, Activision. Anyway, I'm going to get into the video now and we'll see how it goes. So the trailer starts off by showing us gameplay of the new map Pine on the new game mode Gunfight, which has only been announced recently. So the first thing I noticed here was the weapons. So we've got an 680 as the game calls it, an AK-47 with a bipod on it, a stun grenade and a throwing knife. Now what I noticed here was there doesn't seem to be any perks. I'm not sure if that's specific to this game mode or if that's going to be a thing across the game, but interesting to see. When you seem to start sprinting, you sprint with your weapon up and you move a bit quicker. And then once you've lost a bit of speed, you drop your weapon down like we're used to seeing in Call of Duty. So I'm wondering if you have like a faster starting speed and you slow down. It was this animation of swapping the gun out. It seems a lot more realistic, and from what I've seen throughout the rest of the trailer, there seems to be a custom animation for swapping out the weapons per gun, which is quite cool to see. Now the next thing we're going to notice there is, did you notice that when he shot that guy, there was a different sound? It sort of sounds as if the bullet's hitting someone, which is quite cool to hear. Now this weapon here the game refers to as the AR-13, but I believe it's a Sig Sauer MCX. It's quite a cool gun to see. Not really seen anything like that before in many games. It's not a famous gun as far as I'm aware, so it's pretty cool to see in Call of Duty. I like the mags, the little transparent mags, pretty nice. This next bit of gameplay here is with the AX50, the Accuracy International AX50, and one thing I did notice is we don't seem to have the nice dual render scopes anymore. So in previous games they had the scope where it was sort of in the middle of the screen, it was more zoomed in the middle than it was around it, so you could still keep an eye out when you weren't aiming. But I suppose that it does make a bit of a strain on performance having that in there, so it makes a lot of sense. This gun here as well, obviously we just saw was the revolver, the 375 with a nice aim point red dot on top of it there, which is cool to see. But it does seem to have a bit of a delay on the trigger. I'm not sure if you could really see that in the slow motion footage there, but it does have a delay when firing, I believe. The next bit we have here is some footage with a pistol. Now one thing I did notice as well is there are Molotovs in the bottom corner, which isn't something again that's obviously always in every Call of Duty, but it's good to see it there again. And this pistol, like, can we just say the animations on every single weapon in this trailer are so good. Like the way you reload the weapons, the way you move around with them, it all looks so detailed and so cool. You seem to have separate arms, like separate coloured arms. The guy has tattoos. I'm wondering if that's a character customization option or if that is just the way one of the preset characters looks. Could be cool to see character customization to that level. Here we seem to have like a repeater rifle, like some sort of, I wouldn't want to speculate as to what repeater, I don't really know them by look, but like, you know, like a Winchester repeater or a Moss, but I don't know. Some sort of repeating rifle here, which is cool. And I'm wondering how they're going to sort of blend in with the other modern weapons, but it seems to be pretty cool. I like the look of it. And here we have what I believe to be an MG3 or an MG34 or an MG42 German machine gun, which was cool. And we also saw that guy there with a rocket launcher. So we do know there are rocket launchers in the game now. I wonder if they're going to be a secondary weapon or if they're going to take the place of, like, you know, grenades. If they're going to be the same as that. Okay, so we're moving maps over now to King, which I don't know if it's just me, but this does look like very similar to Kill House from Modern Warfare. The layout's different, so it isn't the same map. And now the gun we're using here again does seem to be a AR-13 as the game calls it, or a Sig Sauer MCX, I believe. And I'm not sure if these two guns are going to be listed as the same gun or not in-game, but we'll find out. As you can also see down there, it does have spawn protection, so you can't just throw grenades right at the start of the map, which is obviously a good thing. The game also seems to have a reload feature here, where you can reload while aiming down the sight. Not sure if that's a perk, but it looks pretty cool. Now this is a comparison here between the two guns from the previous clip and from this clip. As you can see there from their icons, they look different, so I'm wondering if you'll be able to choose things like the barrel type and the stock and things like that on these weapons in this game. Is it going to be like Escape from Tarkov, or is it just two separate guns? Be cool to find out. Moving up here, and as you can see there, we see the same sprint animation where you lose a bit of speed and you swap to a normal animation. Same again there. I do really like this map though, it looks really cool. The game looks fantastic, I have to say, like it does look very, very good. And that pistol there, I do believe, is a SIG P320, I believe. The same one we saw in the previous trailer where there was a police officer using it. And here again we've got the 870, or the 680, I think as the game calls it. Shotguns, as always, very powerful on a map like this, which is good to see. It's not, you know, they've not nerfed them. They're not down to down to the standards they are in some games nowadays, but good to see the shotguns are still powerful. And we're back over here now to the MG34, I believe. Mowing down some more people. Just, there's a lot of nice effects going on, like there's a lot of nice explosions, there's nice dust effects coming off the guns, nice smoke effects, things like that. It's really good to see. It does look very, very impressive. Okay, and we're swapping back here to some sniper gameplay with the AX50. It does look really good, sort of like this game's equivalent to the Intervention or the AWP, you know, sort of the single shot bolt action rifle of this game. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to use as well. Bit of a sniper duel going on here. Not sure how he misses all those shots. I mean, come on, man. Console players. That's the only excuse. That controller, not as accurate as a keyboard and mouse. Come on, guys. Finally, the last map they show off here is Stack, which reminds me of Shipment for obvious reasons from Modern Warfare 1. This looks pretty nice as well. It's a very, very small maps in this game mode, but I suppose that's the sort of thing they're going for. Now here they show as well the AK-47 with a compensator, which makes me wonder whether or not the bipod is an attachment, seeing as it just isn't mentioned. You can mount your weapons onto surfaces, as you can see there. So the bipod does, I wonder if the bipod enables you to mount things on surfaces, or if that is just available with any weapon. I'm not too sure on that, but still cool to see that ability in Call of Duty, because it's not a very common one. One thing I saw here as well is you can aim down sights while in the middle of a reload and it will carry on. You see he's still reloading here. He aims, his hand isn't on the gun, and the hand catches up with us there. So it does seem you can aim in the middle of reloading, which is quite cool. Some other games, for example, like Rainbow Six Siege, will interrupt a reload if you aim down sights. Now we're looking at a new gun here as well, which is the SH-AK-12, or the Shack-12, I suppose. This also offers the reload here, as you can see, in the middle of aiming down the sights, which is quite cool. I do wonder if the game will let you fire a single shot while you're in the middle of reloading like you would be able to in real life. Not sure if that'll be accounted for, but would be a cool feature if it was. There isn't too much more to say about this, I don't think, here. Just a bit more of what we've already seen so far. But the game does look really good. It looks really impressive. The gunplay looks really fun. There's a lot more to the gunplay as well. It looks a bit more tactical. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the game at the moment. I'm going to wait and see what more gameplay looks like, you know, see if it looks as good in the next trailers when we've got things like Team Deathmatch and that sort of thing. And yeah, I just really hope they don't kill this like they have done with every other Call of Duty game they've brought out in the past couple of years by putting in all this stupid DLC, all these cosmetic things. I'm not against cosmetics, but I don't really like having to pay more to get little things and loot boxes and stuff in a game I've already paid £40, £50 for. You can see as well this revolver, like it seems really powerful. From what I can tell, it seems to do about 75 damage, like 75% damage per shot, which is pretty powerful for a pistol. So looking forward to using that and ruining some people's days with it. Anyway, I'll let this clip play out from here. If you have enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.